Let's talk about Sarva Shiksha Abhiyaan. Now, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyaan is a concept where we focus on education for all. There is universalization of elementary education that we are trying to understand, which is available under the 86th Constitutional Amendment for providing education to children between age group of 6 to 14 years. Under this, we have various programs that have been released. So, we would be covering those four programs that we have mentioned here in a while. But the sole idea here is we are trying to strengthen the existing schooling system, bring in better infrastructure in government schools, bring in better life skills, better vocational skills for the students, removing the gender gap and the social gap for inclusive education. So inclusive education is something that has been focused. Special emphasis has been given on girl education, and also special emphasis has been given on digital divide to be reduced. That means bringing in digital literacy is another important aspect under the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyaan. So as we talked about, there are various major programs under Sarva Shiksha Abhiyaan. So the first one of that is Padhe Bharat, Badhe Bharat. Now this is an concept where we are trying to bring in easy learning and writing skills for mainly comprehension. Also, there is a habit of promoting reading among the students, and this has been extended to class 8. Now most of the schools have a curriculum like Pothi Parv, where they encourage students to read. Again, there is a kind of annual library grant that has been provided to most of the government schools under the Padhe Bharat, Badhe Bharat. The next is Vidyanjali. Again, a very interesting program. The idea is to bring in community involvement for co-scholastic activities, mainly by the retired people or those volunteers who wish to bring in their efforts. They could be NRIs, they could be government officials, they could be professionals who are working with various fields. So, bringing in various changes in the school curriculum and a kind of inclusive development for students with co-curricular focus in the government and the government aided school. So this project is aimed at co-scholastic activities, so therefore important. The next is Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas. Now these Vidyalayas are being set in the areas where you have education which is kind of seen mainly in the backward areas, we could say. So bringing in kind of educationally backward blocks forward is the idea under the Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya. And as the name suggests, girl education is a major focus here. The next important is Rashtriya Abhiyaan. Now, under the Rashtriya Avishkar Abhiyaan, you have three focuses that are there. That is science, maths, and technology. And everything is being learned in a non-classroom setting. So, there are no concept of classrooms, and you have scientific experiments that are being learned in a non-class environment. You would have scientific temperament that would be developed. Inquiry based learning has been promoted, and this is believed to be a foundation stone for students trying to mentor themselves for further higher examinations like IITs, ICERs, or towards central universities and so on. Also, schools have been encouraged to be basically centers for innovation. So Atal Innovation is again a very important mission that we have talked about in a separate lecture. So those are some of the major highlights that we have seen under this. Again, how does the monitoring take place? The monitoring for the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyaan takes place through various efforts. Shagun or Shala Gunatva portal. As the name suggests, Shala means school, Gunatva means the kind of wellness or the quality that is there, and portal is the place where you have the database that is being maintained. Now the Shala Gunatva portal basically talks about the progress of the implementation of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyaan that has been done so far. The best practices from the various states and the union territories have been amalgamated into it. The next important is PSK, very important. Now this is the Prarambhik Shiksha Kosh. all the proceeds are used for Sarva Shiksha Abhiyaan and midday meal scheme. So all the money is coming in for the Prarambhik Shiksha Kosh PSK goes towards either Sarva Shiksha Abhiyaan or midday meal schemes to the Department of School Education and Literacy. It has been operationalized under MUSK. Now Madhyamik and Uchitar Shiksha Kosh, that is MUSK, we would be understanding in a separate lecture. So those are the kind of highlights for Sarva Shiksha Abhiyaan, the four major flagship programs under those, and then the monitoring bodies where you have Shagun, PSK as some of the elements that are very, very closely integrated to the well-being of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyaan.